Ugh, not again with the same bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this crazy and stressful ride, especially with what happened today. And as many of you may know, my duty is to bring you the latest news, the latest rumors, and the latest speculations. And unfortunately, there hasn't been anything worth to talk about in the last 2 to 3 days. Therefore, I didn't want to waste your time with a meaningless video and a clickbait thumbnail. However, today might be a little bit different, or tomorrow, depending on what time I upload this video. So if you have Bloomberg Terminal, friends who have Bloomberg Terminal, or follow people who have Bloomberg Terminal, then I'm sure you experienced a mini heart attack this morning. And what is Bloomberg Terminal, you may be asking? Well, a Bloomberg Terminal is a computer system that allows investors to access the Bloomberg Data Service, which provides real-time global financial data, news, feeds, and messages. So yeah, it's a computer system that costs $2,000 a month for you to access. Unfortunately, I'm not Mr. Beast, so I can't afford that monthly payment. But I do have social media to help me out here. So as always, all of my sources used in this video will be posted in the description below. And since you're down there already, do me a favor and make sure that like button turns blue. And if it does turn blue, then that means you want this merger to happen. Also, I want to thank everyone for watching my video and helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. It truly means a lot to me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then I'll try my best to convince you to subscribe by showing you a good video or try to entertain you somehow. But the point of my videos is to help you connect the dots and get the CCIV and Lucid community as one to share their thoughts or findings. Once again, most of my findings can't be done if it weren't for the news and also the Reddit and Twitter community. And since most of you don't have the time to search the web, then please allow me to do this for you. I actually find it fun and entertaining. But anyways, let's find out exactly what caused this decline today. At 9:30 in the morning, CCIV opened the market with $32.33, with a peak of $34.32 at 9:53 in the morning. So we were starting off good. And as the hours went by, CCIV managed to hold a price tag of $32 to $33. I guess we can thank our buddy Jim Cramer for showing some love and supporting CCIV with a post that he did yesterday on Twitter at 3:37 p.m. We have liked and spoken many times on CCIV because we like Lucid. So we were given with a light of hope yesterday. And we thank you for that, Jim Cramer. Unfortunately, that didn't last that long because around 11 in the morning, CCIV experienced a loss of almost $5. So what was the cause that made investors panic sell their CCIV shares? Well, there were two reasons. I'm going to start off with the article that was published first. On February 3rd, 2021 at 10:49 in the morning, electric car buzz pushes up shares in company with nothing but cash. CCIV stock has more than tripled on report it is in talks with Lucid Motors. When news emerged in December that CCIV, a blank check company with no assets beyond its $2 billion in cash, had made an offer to acquire DirecTV, its stock barely moved. After a report in January that Churchill was in talks to merge with a buzzy electric vehicle startup Lucid Motors, it was a different story. Well, we all know why it's a different story. Lucid actually shows promise, while DirecTV doesn't really show any promise whatsoever. It almost drove AT&T to the ground. Well, not really to the ground, but it did lose a lot of support from their investors. So now that's why AT&T is trying to get rid of it. But anyway, speculation about the possible combination spread on Reddit and other social media platforms. Fueled by Tesla's surge and a bet on a post-gasoline future, traders sought additional information online and pointed to myriad bits of information to infer a deal was imminent. One online discussion prompted a trader to drive to an airport to photograph a jet that other traders conjectured was connected to the deal. Well, we all remember that moment. Unfortunately, it was just a family getting out of the airplane. The stock has surged more than 220% since the report last month, the biggest ever stock increase of a special purpose acquisition company before announcing a merger, according to SpacInsider.com. So I'm going to read the sentence twice to you. Talks between the two companies are continuing, though a deal isn't imminent, according to people familiar with the matter. I'm going to say this one more time. Talks between the two companies are continuing, though a deal isn't imminent, according to people familiar with the matter. Where have we heard this before? It seems like an article last week said the same thing, but with different words. So if anything, this article should have made CCIV's stock price to go up, but it didn't, because people automatically assume the negative, or the worst case scenario. A deal isn't imminent just means that it's not about to happen. It's going to take some time, which we already knew from last week's article. However, that's not the only article that made investors panic sell. And by article, I mean Bloomberg Terminal. On February 3rd, 2021 at 11 in the morning, a tweet was sent out by Walter Bloomberg with the username Delta1. Now, I believe this account just posts the latest and greatest Bloomberg Terminal headlines. Now, the post says, talks between the two companies are continuing, though a deal isn't imminent, according to people familiar with the matter. Which is exactly what the Wall Street Journal said. However, moments later, another tweet was sent out Churchill Capital IV deal with DirecTV isn't imminent. And this post caused a lot of people to freak out because everybody was confused. Wait a minute, I thought DirecTV wasn't part of the deal anymore. Wasn't CCIV trying to merge with Lucid? So where did DirecTV come from exactly? And as you expected, this tweet post actually made a lot of people start selling their shares and made CCIV hit almost $27 per share. And believe me, a lot of people took advantage of this dip. Just look at this tweet post by TradeWithAlerts. A purchase of $23 million was made. So then at 11:14 in the morning, Walter Bloomber sends another tweet that says, correct, Churchill Capital IV deal with Lucid isn't imminent. So we look at the Bloomberg Terminal that was posted by SpacBobby. We can see that Bloomberg actually posted the following. Churchill Capital IV, DirecTV remain in talks. And also, Churchill Capital IV deal with DirecTV isn't imminent. However, we know this from a previous video of mine that an article was published on January 22nd, 2021 with the title Buyout Firm TPG and Lead for Stake in AT&T's DirecTV. So it was safe to assume that DirecTV and CCIV were no longer in talks. But that didn't stop a lot of investors from thinking that CCIV and DirecTV were still in talks because of Bloomberg Terminal. Fortunately, Bloomberg Terminal corrected their mistake around 11:13 in the morning with the titles Churchill Capital IV, Lucid Motors remain in talks, and Churchill Capital IV deal with Lucid isn't imminent. But the damage was already done, and that made a lot of investors very angry. And it also made a lot of people who wanted to get into CCIV at a lower price very happy. So with this, you can actually see how much power news, speculations, and rumors have on the stock market. So let me know in the comments below, did you panic sell your shares? Did you panic sell some of your shares? Or did you take advantage of the dip? Or did you just do nothing? But anyways, thank you guys once again for joining me in this Lucid Motors and CCIV merging adventure. It makes me feel like I'm not alone in this crazy ride. And as always, all the sources that I've used in this video are listed in the description below. And if you did enjoy the video, then please go ahead and leave it a like. It definitely helps out my small channel grow. And also, don't be afraid of subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications, as I will be doing my best to give you the latest news as soon as I possibly can. And one more thing, let's not forget to be patient as we are getting really close to finding out the truth about this merger. And as always, don't forget to take a chance.